Let's dance! I'm Max Garcia, and this is a film analysis for MWG Sports on quarterback Gardner Minshrew, who is now the guy in Jacksonville for this 2020 season. And he was never supposed to be the guy because in the 2019 offseason, they signed a quarterback to some big money, and that was Nick Foles. And they also drafted this little air raid guy out of Washington State, 6th round, 178th overall. And usually those late round picks, they're permanent backups, practice squads, never really get a chance to see the field. But so and behold, week 1, Nick Foles goes down with like a broken clavicle, and here comes Minshrew Mania with that mustache, just a gunslinger. And he just has that moxie, the great personality, the galvanizing leader that a team like the Jacksonville Jaguars need. Because to me, and I think most NFL fans out there, without this Minshrew guy, with Nick Foles, they're just bland to watch. So now we're going to do a film analysis on how Gardner Minshrew did in 14 out of his 16 starts. Because he did not start the season, Nick Foles did, but got injured, played week 1, and then sometime in the middle of the season, Nick Foles came in because they're paying him so much money. They're like, we gotta see what this guy Nick Foles could do, and then Nick Foles didn't really produce, and then like put in Minshrew again, and Minshrew performed. He was one of the best rookies out there, and he probably did a redraft. He would go 2nd round, maybe even 1st round, like sneak back into the 1st round, but there are some flaws in his game. He's not a perfect quarterback by any means. So let's look into the play-by-play, and then I'll give my overall thoughts. Decision making. One of the most important components to look at when you have these rookie quarterbacks, because you have to see if their mind's caught up to the NFL game. So here we have his first start against the Chiefs. We have a safety playing in the box, and he's going to come in on this play-action fake. But then we have one safety kind of having to choose in between 2 routes. We have this in route, and then we have the streak. He chooses the in route, and we have Minshrew delivering a beautiful deep ball to Shark, and then he picks up some yak. And then this play is all pre-snap reading. Here we have the cornerback playing off Shark a little bit, who's going to do this out route. Minshrew sees the matchup. He's like, hey, I'll take this free 1st down. Delivers it. Hey, take those yards any day. Here we have a problem with this rookie campaign they did time to time. He just stared down this one person, didn't look at his 2nd read. When DJ Shark was more open, forces his pass. Luckily, that wasn't an interception, but it was super close. And this is a classic receiver route. And he's going to have to throw this with anticipation because he's about to get sacked. Double move, out, then up. Throws it before he even makes that 2nd break and delivers it. Now let's look at Minshrew's arm strength, which isn't the best. That's why he was a 6th round pick. And here we have this out route by DJ Shark fighting through it and just doesn't deliver the ball with velocity. Then we have him extending a play. Here he's going to try to attempt to pass to Fournette, and it just falls flat. Here we have another play against the Chiefs where he's going to try to extend it. And he's going to deliver the pass on the run pretty well. And let's talk about Minshrew's accuracy. So here we have this play against the Saints. It's going to be a beautiful ball over the middle. Get that yak yardage. Here we have another play against the Saints where it's an interception where it's like, well, why did you do that? And then another play where it's like, that was just not a good throw. And then we have this beautiful deep ball. Oh, delivers it. Caught right there. And Minshrew's mobility, that's the name of the game right now for quarterbacks in 2020. You have to be mobile. Oh, J.J. Watt on his legs. And breaks another tackle out of bounds. Minshrew is just so fun to watch. Look at extending a receiver screenplay that was about to be messed up. Oh, here we have Minshrew picking up like, 20 yards in the scramble. He may not be the fastest quarterback, but hey, he's going to scramble when he has to. And you got to like that game. Here we have Minshrew against the Raiders. Oh, that's the best thing. When you're stepping aside to create easy passes, that's when mobility is key. So in 14 games, Gardner Minshrew threw like 3,300 yards, 21 TDs, and 6 interceptions. As you just saw, There was a couple plays that should have been interception that weren't. So when you just look at the stats, you can't read it into them too much. But Minshrew made the right call most of the time. And throughout the season, you just see this beautiful progression where in those first 4 games, Minshrew was really just trying to be that inner Johnny Manziel, trying to scramble around, trying to find someone open. But sometimes you got the defensive line who's really fast, and you just have to not take a sack or maybe get a sack fumble and just throw the ball away, not try to force the scramble, and you just see this beautiful progression where Minshrew actually starts to throw away the ball. And talking about that mobility, not only, of course, Minshrew could scramble, very similar to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Minshrew's 40 time is 4.97, not the fastest, similar to Ryan Fitzpatrick, 4.86 time. And they kind of just like are kind of stiff side to side, but hey, they're just big guys who get down rolling, pick up those extra yardage that some quarterbacks have to do right now in 2020. But more importantly, he could move his legs just a little bit in the pocket while keeping his eyes downfield. So he's not losing any focus, and he is dodging all those defensive linemen, which is super important. And talking about his receiving options, he didn't really have a tight end last year. One time, like I saw Nick O'Leary a lot, and as a Miami Dolphins fan, Nick O'Leary was actually released by the team like week 3. So for a tight end you just picked off waivers to get a lot of playing time like week 10, that's kind of concerning. But in the offseason they picked up Tyler Eifert. They also picked up Laviska Shenault, which should be an interesting option for Minshrew in 2020, and they got DJ Shark, DJ Shark, who's a pretty good receiver. I'll do a film analysis on him too. And Minshrew can deliver those back shoulder catches and throws. Nice connection between Shark and Minshrew, even though there wasn't much of like reps in practice to get that connection going. Minshrew, he marks those 2 categories where you have to be tough. Oh yeah, Minshrew's for sure tough. To come into like a community college and then be at Washington State and then be drafted 6th round and then become a full-time NFL starter, that definitely takes some mental toughness and physical toughness when you see him rolling downhill. Not too afraid to take a hit, and then also, are you a leader? And Minshrew, he is a leader for sure. Do I think Gardner Minshrew is going to hold off Trevor Lawrence? Because that's the big question. I think he is. I really do think Gardner Minshrew is going to hold off Trevor Lawrence. Because, first of all, the Jacksonville Jaguars aren't going to have the #1 overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. That's just not going to happen. Gardner Minshrew is going to pick up like 5 games just with his mustache and his leadership. Pile on that now you got Jay Gruden as his offensive coordinator. Tom Coughlin is out of that organization. You still got Doug Marrone there for the defense building. You got Kevin Chason, defensive end. I really like that pickup. Then you got CJ Henderson, another cornerback. I like what the Jaguars are doing for the rebuild. I think in the 2021 NFL Draft they're going to target an offensive lineman, maybe to replace Cam Robinson, but that's what I'm thinking so far. Gardner Minshrew, the third, you really impressed me. Super fun to watch, and I'm excited to see what you're going to do this upcoming season. He took like a 3-week trip right after the NFL season ended just across the United States. He's that man. He is that wild man that he's going to do whatever he wants. He's going to be drunk picking you up at the airport or just with glasses on the beach chilling. That's the personality and kind of the fairy tale of Gardner Minshrew. Thank you for watching. Make sure you bless him. Peace out.